Do you know how to properly make one, Jared?
Is it a Long Island iced teen?
I know what I'm doing in a hotel room. Okay, so
Yeah.
I can't really blame anybody else for not, using their as a fire hose and just draining it all over the place.
I go to Applebee's like 2 weeks later. My waiter was one of the guys wrestling at the county fair.
Welcome to the fastest hour of your week. Well, almost an hour. It's the Gill Lane Show. Thank you for joining us. My name is Chris Kanya, and with us, as always, we have Bill Parker.
What's going on?
And Chris Navalino, a.k.a. Mo.
What's up?
A lot happened since our last episode. A lot happened with the changing of the months. We jumped back an hour, so time's different in the last since the last episode. We're hitting a milestone, 25 episodes here on YouTube. Thank you for being here.
Wow.
For 25 weeks. Well, roughly 25 weeks.
Silver anniversary, right? 25?
Yeah, what'd you guys get me? Anything?
Silver cock ring. Hope you enjoy it. Please show us how it works.
A batch of gray hairs from Bill's beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't laugh.
I feel like maybe that's why each time we come on, I feel like I'm getting more. So.
Yeah. Well, you can always shave that off. Keep the top of your head cool and you're good.
Get the salt and paprika look going.
Delicious.
I heard that for the first time. I think maybe it was on this show, or I don't know. I heard that phrase from another ginger, another one of your, Satan's spawn brethren.
1%ers.
Wow, there's so much hate in the world, and you're just adding to it. Okay, well,
who do you think
I won't
creates
ask your
the hate?
feelings about Gaza or anything? Okay, pal.
You think the genetically modified human beings don't create hate? You guys are all so peaceful, you Irish.
That's what I think of when I think of the Irish.
Yeah.
Calm.
Yeah, there's not only a college football team with fighting in front of the name.
Yeah. He's the logo is a leprechaun bare knuckle boxing someone.
Yeah. I see what you guys are saying.
Yeah. How was your weekend? You guys do anything fun this weekend? I mean, everything's changed, of course, stuff we can't control, like time, months, the season, football losses.
Hey, you know what? Maybe it feels so much longer because we had to redo a whole hour at one point. So we're actually it's an hour later, right, than when we usually start the show.
Mm-hmm.
So it has been longer.
Yeah, it has been longer. How about that?
1 hour makes that world of difference. Now we're just explaining time. I mean, how are we not the #1 comedy podcast in the world right now? We're just breaking down how time works.
50 million people not listening right now.
I went to a bar this weekend. I got a question for you guys because you both bartended in your careers. I was at a place nearby having dinner. It's a nicer place. It's not the nicest in the world, but it's nicer. The ambiance is kind of chill. And these two older people come in and sit at the bar, and I guess they're regulars. And at that point, they harassed the bartenders. I say harassed because that's my point of view. When basically what they were doing was just holding court and having conversations with them nonstop, like they almost came and visited them at their house, and they're just hanging out. So I guess my question is, because I got annoyed, because if you need something, they're in the middle of a 10-minute conversation with these people. Did you like when people talk to you when you're a bartender, or would you rather just keep moving? Hello, quick hit, goodbye, whatever. Because they made it a point to sit by the station where they make the drinks, so they knew they'd have their ear. You know what I mean?
That's pathetic.
I don't know, Mo, go ahead. Obviously, you're...
Yeah. First of all, no, of course not. Time is money. Every drink I put down is money. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to be bullshitting with you about your fucking who raked your leaves this week and shit. Like, why? Get a friend. You want to be friends with the bartender? Get a friend. Get a real friend. How about the person you came with? Because usually those people don't come as couples. They come alone, Bill. I've seen a million of them, and they sit at the fucking corner of the bar. They're sitting there alone. They want to fucking tell you everything that's just fucking going wrong. You are, as a bartender, here's the thing. You are a bartender. You're a psychiatrist. You're a counselor. You have like 100 jobs behind that bar, and you have nowhere you can run. Other parts of the restaurant servers, they can go in the kitchen. They don't have to stand by one table. They can disappear. Bartender, you're stuck there.
That's on you as the bartender to know how to maneuver that. Like if you don't know how to get a conversation because you have someone out of the corner of your eye, wait, ready for a drink, or you see a beer is almost empty, that's your poor skills as a bartender. You know what I mean?
100%.
You ever have someone come up to you in a store that you may recognize, and you're like, you're in a rush, and so you can't stop. If once you plant your feet, you're dead.
Right.
That's kind of how I've always bartended. So you try to get the punchline in and get out, so you can go back, cut them off, whatever you got to do. Obviously, conversationally, not as far as selling beers, but yeah, it's on you. I did like talking to people, especially when it was slow, but when it was busy, it's on you to be the person who maneuvers the conversation to end and stuff, right?
Because when they start to make a drink, they would still talk to them, right? So they're distracting them. At one point, my wife was getting a drink, and it took way longer than expected because she's standing there with like a scooper of ice in her hand and the glass, like talking to them. And I'm like, let's fucking go. I don't blame the bartender.
You don't?
I blame the two people that have absolutely nothing worth saying talking nonstop. It's like, you're not even saying anything, man. Shut the fuck up already.
If you're constantly talking to a stranger and not picking up on social cues to walk away, how many important things could you possibly have to say? Of course you have nothing meaningful to say. You wouldn't in this scenario. And I'm with Chris, though. Part of your skill set is knowing how to elegantly, not just trash him, just elegantly get out of those situations. And I know what you're saying. They followed him to the ice, and that was part of my thing. You can't run. They can follow you around, I guess, if they want to. There's no kitchen. Yeah. There's no, so, but you got to know how to maneuver that if you want to make money.
But it's as simple as going, 1 second, Tommy, I'll be right back. I want to, acknowledge them by name and maybe a minor detail of the shitty story they're telling. And they'll wait forever because now it's a more personal interaction. Now, look, I think regulars should only exist in like shitty dive bars, like regulars who need to be there. Like if you're a $16 craft cocktail regular, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Right.
Right. You talk like, I don't know.
If they're lighting oranges in sandalwood on fire inside of glass domes, like you shouldn't be a regular here.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tragic. But when it caramelizes, oh, nice.
But they're the type, they were very loud too. And like I said, like it wasn't a loud bar. It was very chill, and they're the type of people that they make corny ass jokes that nobody cares about, but they do them loud, hoping to involve you on the joke. And you're just looking at them like, shut the fuck up, you old sack of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, this is all the same. This is all the same characteristics of the same person, right? Like
I hate this person.
This person sucks. And
yeah.
I don't know. I was really good at giving off a vibe that said, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
You want a fucking cocktail? It'll be perfect.
Right.
You want a conversation? I'll go find somebody. I'll find you someone to talk to, but you're not talking to me. I've had people, I'm still in the same town where I did bartend. So I've had people from 20 years ago that are like, oh, wait a minute. I remember you from Fridays. And they'd be like, you never would talk to anybody. You were just flying around throwing beers and LITs at people. And I'm like, yeah, because LIT, by the way, was one of the happy hour specials. And it's like maximum alcohol. And you can get it for like the cheapest price there in that time. I mean, I can't even calculate how many I've made in my lifetime. And if you make it properly, it actually tastes like iced tea. So good luck next time.
Got to shake it before you top it off. That's the
shake
move.
It before you top it off.
People who don't shake the LIT. I mean, get the fuck out of here.
Come on, this is a family show. God, keep it clean, will you? Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's foamy. It's delicious. It tastes just like iced tea. And when you fucking, especially because like the lemon rim too, so you get the lemon first and your brain's already, it's more just fooling your brain. Yeah.
You're good at a rim job.
Oh, I love a good rim job. And I like when people rub lemon on the ridge of the glass.
It just makes you feel alive.
Yeah.
Bill, at any point did these regulars bust out their phone to be like to show them a picture of something? As I hate that because it's like they're like scrolling and they're not ready for it. Like, hold on, it's right here. One second. They're using their pointer finger, and you're just sitting there again with the ice in the cup.
Yeah,
you gotta see this dog that Karen got or whatever.
I was just going to say, oh, look, you can see. Look at here. It looks like my dog's watching TV, and you're like, inside your head, you're like, fuck you! Can I get you another drink? Can I get you another drink? Yeah,
Well, it
your
also
dog's cute.
has to suck when you're, it's a tip-based thing. So you actually have to act like you care. When I worked at the Liberty Tavern in Ford's, I was just a cook in the back. So they would come up to the window and say things to me, and I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
I was there for that most of the time.
I don't know. I just think it's so easy to keep these people happy. I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, but you have to try not to sacrifice the efficiency of making the drinks, because again, calling them by name. If you know their drink, have it when they used to do this to us at Fridays when we would go in. Ironically, Bill and I would go in, and they would shoot a Miller Lite over a crowd of people, and like that kept us coming back to a chain restaurant, which was great.
Yeah,
but it's we didn't
bother them.
Yeah,
that's true. But that's all it took. Like, we loved it. Was a no-brainer to go there. It took a lot to not go there. That's how easy it is to please us alcoholics when we go to a bar.
Yeah,
sure.
Names, plus, knowing the drink, pretending to listen. It's really, really simple. So I think it's not a big deal if you can be able to juggle a little bit better than that bartender seemed to.
Plus, you're not always busy. So, like, if it's a day, if it's before the rush comes in and somebody's sitting there alone, I mean, I'm not going to just stand.
Yeah, that's different.
I'll get you whatever. And but most people also have the common sense to know when you are busy to not bother you. Actually, when I was just at that fancy ass steakhouse that we referred to, I think a couple episodes ago. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Roy Rogers. Do they still make those? Anyway, so the bartender was literally I had to wait a few minutes for everybody to arrive and get together before we went to the table. So I was right by the bar, and I didn't even get a drink, but I'm watching this bartender, and I was using that example. He had like something on fire in a glass dome with like a plastic tube coming out of it, and there was like fruit in there, and like, I don't know, so there was like a shaman shaking like burning sage around him and shit, and like some idiot sitting at the bar talking to him, and the bartender didn't eat. Now this is another approach, the I'm too good for you approach. Didn't even turn his head towards the guy, like just ignored him the whole time, lighting things on fire. And the guy's like, yeah, you see that game the other night? I was like, I love this guy. Yeah. He's busy. This whole place could go on fire if you distract him.
Right.
Everyone should work in a restaurant at some point in their lives. That should be it should be I don't know, a right. I don't know. I don't know if you're going to call it a law, part of a curriculum in high school, but 90 days. That's all you need. That's all it takes to get what it is to be behind the bar, or carrying the trays around or whatnot.
Now, what percentage of those people, if we made everybody do that, there's a large percentage of people, we call them lifers in the business, that just get stuck. I remember the first job I ever got in a restaurant, they were like, kid, get the fuck out of here right now. You don't want this life. Because first of all, when you're young, you're getting cash in hand that night. You're partying. Everybody's hammered. You got a nice tight group of friends. You're definitely, you're fucking blowing lines. You're fucking getting pussy you don't even deserve. Was that my penis?
Is somebody,
hold on. My penis is getting a call.
No, that's... every time you said pussy near my phone, that sound no, I'm just joking.
It's an alert.
I knew the hearts and the thumbs up thing, but this is too much. Yeah, so you get...
Oh, boy. Copyright infringement.
Yeah, so you get lifers. You get life, and you get intoxicated on that life, and then but next thing you know, some people, they wake up, it's 10 years later, they're not 22 anymore, they're
like strippers.
Like, man, I should have went to college.
You ever see the strippers on Instagram who show you how much they make in a week? It's a cardboard box, and they're like, here's what I made Monday. It's like $9.50. Every comment's like, you better enjoy it now because you're done in 6 years, honey.
Yeah.
I was actually in an Uber this past weekend. This guy was explaining how he left a county job to do Uber full time, but he really treats it like a full time job. Like he puts his own retirement away. He pays himself once a week instead of, because apparently in Uber, if you pay Uber a surcharge, you can get your money that day, much like bartending. So if you do 6 rides and it's $100, they'll give you 75 if you want to take it and keep to keep a percentage for the surcharge.
They're like, if we can keep 80%, we'll give it to you right now.
Yeah, and some people are like, sure, I got to go out tonight.
I'll tell you right now, there's a ton of people that are like, great, sign here. Oh, it's genius.
And it's all 1099 employees. I didn't know that. Uber pays out 1099, so they got to take care of all their own taxes.
Okay.
Yeah, let me tell you, when you really break it down, you really need to treat it like a real job for you to not get fucked with your taxes. And because people are driving around, they just take the money, go party, and they like end of the year, like, what 99? Who? You're like, ooh, nah.
99 Luft balloons?
Yikes. Okay. Well, at least the IRS can't take money right out of your paycheck. Oh, wait, they can.
Forever.
Forever.
The shore bars down here, the bartenders during the summer are the same ones you see every summer. And even you'll get them and they'll be like 50-something years old because they clean up just from Labor Day, Memorial Day to Labor Day. And they just clean up, and that's it.
Every time a new restaurant opens over here, because we're right in Restaurant Alley, you guys lived here. It's a ton of restaurants. We're right on every highway. There's every restaurant is represented here. When a new one opens up, you walk in there, you see the people who worked at every other one. Right? It's the same people. They just travel to a new restaurant, especially when one opens up, because there's that initial money that comes in the door because people just want to try it out. And even if it's shitty, you're going to make money the first 2 months. You know what I mean? So they go milk that and then go back somewhere, or they stay, but it's the same crew of fucking people.
Hey, when I don't know, I never really drank a lot with Mo, and Bill, you never really did shots even when we were partying all the time. But do you ever see anybody offer the bartender a shot when they're buying a couple for the people that they're with?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And do you judge the bartender based on whether they accept or not? I can see Mo having a clear set of rules on this, but what do you think, Bill? Do you think they should be able to take it or no?
Yeah, I think they should.
You think they should be able to take the shot, right?
Yeah. Why not? I mean, what are they going to do? Just mess up the till at the end of the night? Big deal.
I don't know. Slip and fall, sue the restaurant.
Did you get drunk while bartending, Mo?
No, God no. I was hammered way before I started working. I was fucking wasted the whole time I was in that fucking place. I mean, look, here's the deal. If you do want to drink while you're working and you happen to slip and fall, you will never collect disability. You will never collect anything. You're not going to get unemployment. You're done. Well, you're probably not getting much in unemployment anyway. Remember the old just declare? Some places would declare like $1. Some places would declare 8%, because then if you at least maintain 8%, they won't audit you. But whatever it is, it's the bare minimum. And then, like, I remember I was making crazy money at Fridays. Let's go back to Friday since we already touched on it. I was making crazy money over there, and there was this truck I really wanted. And I went into the place, and they're like, I was like, yeah, I'd like, loan or whatever to, and they're like, how much did you make last year? I'm filling out the paperwork. Put whatever. I'm like, calculating out. Okay, well, if I make like 1,500, let me finish 50. Like, you made $8,000 last year, according to the IRS. I was like, what? Like, I make that in like 2 weeks. They're like, or like a month. They're like, no. And I was like, oh, what I declare. Oh, there's paper. Oh, there's a paper trail here. Interesting how this country works. Yeah. So you're risking all of that shit. So while you're getting hammered on camera, you're probably not risking much though if you're not declaring, but also I'm not talking about a corporate bar. I mean, like Fridays, right? That's probably way different. I'm talking about my friend who's like 3 years older than me owns this place, and I'm bartending for him. And it's just so interesting, the dynamic, because some people who bartend, and in my experience, it's women who take all the shots from the guys who come in and buy them for them, and their friends come in. And it's just so and so's bachelorette, and they're just cooked by like 10 p.m. You're talking, can't see the screen, can't do math. Done. Yeah.
When you're a female working as a bartender or lots of stuff like that, you guys come through the door, you just see a mark, right? I mean, it's just, this is,
it have to be
easy. Yeah.
I bartended at this place here near the lake, and I got in through somebody else, right? So it's all these, it's like a principal who's, it's summer, so he's not working. It's this guy who's been there for 20 years. It's all these like older, like 45-year-old dudes. I'm like, what's going on? I realized that like it's one of those places where you make a ton of money. So I started, and this new chick started. Beautiful, beautiful girl. And they were complaining because she was chatting up the guys too much. I'm like, why are you, what do you think you're tipping for? They were like talking about how she shouldn't get a fair share of the tips because blah, blah, we were making 2 times the drinks that she was. I'm like, yeah. Would you rather sit there and talk or make, Miami Vice cocktails?
Yeah.
So
no,
it's just interesting.
She's adding to the tips. If anything, she maybe deserves more.
It's the most amount of money that an average person can get access to, and it's the worst people who do it. So
yeah,
I would much rather make drinks nonstop instead of talk to somebody about their new shed.
Agreed.
You better
I'll
go
just
somewhere
run
that's
around
busy.
all night. Please don't make me talk to you.
I agree.
Don't want to do it.
Stay somewhere busy.
Right.
It's painful talking to you two every Monday.
Yeah.
You want a drink?
Yeah. See?
Yes.
And then, how much better this would be if I was getting you hammered. Well, you get people into a mental state that they make poor decisions, and then at the end of all that, they have to tip you.
Right.
Okay, let's just talk about this dynamic here. You're right. I'm getting you worse and worse with every drink at making decisions.
It's
and then
so
you
funny
tip me.
because all the examples are so classic, right? If I told you a guy came in and asked for a goose and pineapple and said, "I'll take care of you at the end, bro," and he's buying drinks for everyone, how would you think that tip's going to be, Mo?
Wait, what would you say?
Shit.
Yeah,
I said,
absolutely. I thought I heard you wrong. You were going the other way. I'm like, wait,
no,
what?
I got you. I'll take care of you at the end, bro. Thank you. I'll take care of you at the end. Gets the bill. He realizes he spent $130, puts 8 on top.
Yeah, look, here's how I used to teach other people I was working with. And this is as simple. This is human psychology 101 right here. I said, when they're nice to you, forget it. It's over. You ain't getting shit out of them. Okay. When somebody's a dick to you, you pay extra attention to them because they are going to tip the shit out of you much better than the person who's nice to you. The person who's nice to you doesn't have to compensate for anything. They fucking were nice to you. They don't give a shit. They tip you regular. The person who's a dick to you has to overcompensate with the tip because there is a shred of fucking humanity left in that asshole.
Really?
So when you fucking see somebody's a dick to you, it's like jack fucking pot. You know what I'm saying? This is what people do. They go somewhere where they can just pay somebody to be a dick to them because, the third wife just left them. You know who we're talking about. Like, get the fuck out of here. Nobody in your real life is getting tips, so everybody hates you. And then you come here.
Right.
You just tip me, and I say, nice to see you again.
What about that? You ever have the firefighters come in and they all throw 20 on? They're the only people who still do this. There's it's a I don't know what the crew at the firehouse would be called, like their battalion or their whatever. 6 or 8 guys, maybe a girl or 2, and they all throw in 20 in the kitty, and you pull out every time you give them. So you're either going to get a sick tip for that because there's just going to be $60 left, and they walk away. They don't like pull it back. Or I've had one time where I got like $2 because it just so happened the math added up to where that's what it was down to. And they were all drunk by now. So nobody re-antied. So I got no tip. Yeah. But it's just they're like the only people who still do that.
Well, they're professionals.
So you do that then.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're a fireman. You should know how this works.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just don't have any friends. So the kitty's just my tab.
Or fires, hopefully.
We can see that.
We did get a message, by the way. We're referring to my job shirt I got for emceeing a banquet for the fire department. I wore it out last weekend. We talked about it on the show.
Your stolen valor.
Well,
from Chiller
Mag.
We were trying to figure out if it was stolen valor.
It is.
It's
Dirt
the
bag.
polls are in. Polls are in. Everybody hates you.
Well, that's funny you say that, Mo. You must not check the show Instagram messages because
that's possible.
Possible.
Got a message here from Jared.
All right.
Says, I was listening
The
to your
Subway
podcast. No, definitely not that Jared.
Okay, I was going to say, they got Instagram in prison?
Can we get him on the show, Jared from Subway?
That'd be great. That'd be
Oh,
great.
it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. How would that be great? What would you ask him?
What does a kid's asshole taste like?
Yeah. Is it like apple pie inside his large intestine?
Is it like a Long Island iced tea?
Do you know how to properly make one, Jared?
Is it a Long Island iced teen?
Oh, shit.
A rum and coal?
Ooh.
A white Russian boy.
Oh. I used to love white Russians.
Jack and Daniel.
Was that and or ing?
or in Jack in Daniel.
Oh boy. Jared, not the Subway Jared, message just says, I was listening to your podcast this morning. Being a firefighter, I could say you can wear the job shirt out as long as you don't claim to be a firefighter. So the claim is the stolen valor. The claim.
But I feel like wearing it is
the claim.
I know what he's saying. Jared, firstly, Jared, thank you for everything you do, because firefighters are way tougher and more important than I am.
Oh, yeah.
But Chris faking like he is one.
I didn't fake like I was one.
That's not okay.
That was a hypothetical story that we told. Remember when I'm running out of the building?
Wait,
it was
that wasn't a first-hand account?
No, we made that up.
I thought that was your kitchen.
Yeah.
You made quiche Lorraine. Lit the whole house on fire and ran out.
You didn't save a bunch of kittens with conjunctivitis from a burning building? I thought that was true.
No, we set that up to set up jokes to make people laugh on the show. Remember?
Okay.
I thought didn't you tell me you have single-handedly stopped the Twin Towers from going down?
That's true.
But the Twin Towers are down.
Well,
and I was in 7th grade. When
that's why I was so. That's why I was so curious.
Wait a second.
As to why you would take claim to such a thing. I can look out my window and.
You didn't do rogue missions where you saved the Israeli hostages from Hamas?
That wasn't. Yep. That's something that you, I think, probably made up right now.
Oh,
I thought I heard you say that too.
See.
Oh wait, or did you have hummus at lunch? I don't remember. What was it?
Free hummus for firefighters.
Jared, what's it like to hummus?
Oh shit!
Him ass.
Well, thank you, Jared, for the message and the
we love you, Jared.
Confirmation, clarification.
Not the Subway, Jared. I want to make that clear right now. Firefighter, Jared, for sure.
Yeah, maybe both, but yeah, okay, definitely firefighter, Jared. You know.
So this past weekend, I went to the WWE Super Show.
Stupor Show?
This is the WWE Super Show, which there was a big event in WWE in Saudi Arabia. And then everyone else came to Rochester who wasn't invited to go to the real event.
Leftovers?
Yeah. It was interesting. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people, a lot of champions, because, everybody walking around with a belt. So I was like, wow, there's a lot of champions here.
Mm-hmm. They got it slung over their shoulder all the time. Trust me. I go to a lot of wrestling shows. I also bring my championship belt, and I just have a blast, right? You're saying it's cool?
Yeah. No, it was actually, it's funny because it went exactly how I thought it would be. It's like, what are we doing tonight? We're going, okay, I guess the tickets are free. Fine. But when you get there, you're into it.
Oh,
you're all into it. And it's
with the belt. Did you bring a belt? You said or no?
No, I didn't bring a belt.
Okay, so you're a fake firefighter and Bill's a fake wrestling champion.
What do you mean fake? First of all, I've had matches with you.
And don't use that word.
I apologize.
During this topic, okay? You don't use the F word.
Okay?
4-letter word which starts with F, has a K in it.
So now I got a question for you, because we were talking about the cruises to go on. Now that you've been around a wrestling crowd recently, you want to be on a cruise with those people, Chris? Is that what you want to do?
Fucking-lutely not.
No way.
You don't want to be in international waters with that exact group?
It's so fun. Like, I barely knew who's in the ring. Like, Kofi Kingston was there, Becky Lynch. Those are the recognizable ones, right?
Junkyard Dog.
Carlito was there. Like, these are names I just recognize. And everyone else kind of was, people next to me knew exactly who everyone is. People I went with knew who everyone was. But we're just, what I did as a casual fan, so they come out and you just pick one to root for. One's being the obvious heel. The other one's the fan favorite. You just pick one, and then you start yelling at the ref. You're just getting into it. Some people are like, "You got to stop. She's actually a bitch. Like, did you know that she is so mean to him?" like they're explaining the timeline, the storyline that it was sold to them. I'm like, yeah, I know that this is all ridiculous.
They're loser-splaining to you, is what you're saying?
Yeah, very basically,
exactly. Wow.
But then at the end, so we tried to. I was like, it was the last match, and it was with gosh, I forget the
Hacksaw
guy's
Jim
name.
Duggan,
$1 Million Man,
the Bushwhackers,
Macho Man.
Ricochet.
Ultimate Warrior.
Is that a wrestler?
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
He's
It's a
like
movie.
he's a high flower
Yeah.
flyer. So he was there. So
He's a
the
flower?
guy, one of the guys.
He's Irish. It's Rick O'Shea.
Oh,
Wow.
Chris.
I didn't do that. It must be a signal of some sort. Oh, it's 2 thumbs up makes the fireworks happen. Okay.
Wow, look at that.
Fucking man, Apple has really just gone to shit ever since Jobs died, huh?
So anyway, Ricochet's at the end, main event. We try to get down to the floor, which is like 5 rows ahead of us. And you'd think we were trying to get into Fort Knox. All we wanted to do was get on the floor to get closer to the ring. I mean, 3 rows of empty folding chairs.
Right.
And this guy came out of nowhere. You can't be down here. I'm like,
A
this
fan
40
or security?
Or
security.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
It was a fan with a championship belt. I'll fight you for the seats, brother.
You win, you don't get the belt though.
This cost me a lot, actually.
Yeah, these aren't cheap. You ever been on Etsy?
Yes, you
Holy
haven't, no.
fuck.
They're actually heavier than I expected as well.
Yeah, very high quality.
I have
frankly.
shoulder tendonitis just from walking around today with this belt on.
Yeah, rotator cuff thing.
So I try to get down. The security guy stops me. And I'm like, there's 40 seconds in my head. I'm like, there's 40 seconds left of the show. What's the big deal if I'm
cares?
down here? Yeah. So he starts
They're
yelling at
cleaning
me. He's like yelling at me. He yells at someone behind me. I ignore him. I'm just watching like this. And he steps in front of me. He's like, you can't be down here. I'm like, so I start pretending to do
Sign language.
sign language.
That's
He's like,
I'd be
genius.
like, my friend here has a Make-A-Wish with John Cena right after the show. So it's your call, buddy.
yeah, it didn't work.
So he puts you in a rear naked choke.
With the belt on still,
Okay.
but now it's
Yeah.
on his waist.
He puts it on his waist and then wraps you up. Cobra clutch right in the re section.
I'd go again. It was fun. I wouldn't pay to go. I wouldn't
Oh yeah.
travel to go, but if it comes around and I can get in for free or cheap, it's definitely fun. It's
Those
definitely
house
fun.
shows are actually better than going to like Raw or SmackDown.
Really?
Yeah, because the flow of those shows are very, very slow because you'll have a match. Then there's a backstage segment that you're just watching on the Jumbotron. Then they go to commercial again. And you can go a long while without anything happening in the ring. But a house show, it's like boom, boom, boom. It's like match over, new match, match over, new match. Was there an intermission?
Yes. The longest part was, and I'm for this, was that after the match was over, they spent a lot of time signing autographs.
Yeah.
For like kids around. So they
It's a
spent
lot
like
different. It's
5-10
more
minutes.
chill. It's more like laid back.
It's still so funny how ridiculous it is, and it's so fun.
But it's so fun.
Don't
I
call
went
it
to
ridiculous.
I went to the county fair this year, and they have wrestling there, which is way lower level than what you're talking about.
But it's
Obviously,
people versus alligators.
oh, it's amazing. I was entranced the whole time, and really half of them had any idea how to wrestle. But who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
And then, side note, I go to Applebee's like 2 weeks later. My waiter was one of the guys wrestling at the county fair.
you got to make some money somehow.
I was like, dude, you're my hero.
Spinach and artichoke.
He's punching him in his boneless ribs.
Oh my god!
Now coming to the
yeah.
ring, Applebee's server and his wife, Dollar Rita.
Oh wait, that is a real promotion right now, isn't it?
yeah, Dollar Margaritas. Which
'Cause
I mean, top shelf.
Somebody told me, they were like, "Oh, I was at Applebee's for Dollar Rita." Somebody, and I was like, "What does that mean?" And they were like, "A margarita for $1." I'm like, "That can't be legal." Like, first of all, what are you, out of your fucking mind? But they said they only can give you 3 of them. I was like, first of all, you don't
At
think there's
once?
a way around that? Yeah, like, what do you think? Nobody's getting around that. They probably like audit the checks so you can't have 3 more
Well, if
than
you're
3
there
on a
with
check or
somebody
something.
else, I'd order. Like, let's say I'm somebody that wants a Dollar Rita, and then they get 3, and then I would just order 3. I don't want them. I'm like, here, dirtbag, you can have your Dollar Ritas. You know,
That's what I mean. There's ways around this shit. You know, that's like when they used to make those giant fishbowl things, and they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you have to have like 2, maybe some places even 3 people to order this thing." They have to like reinforce the legs on the table to make sure it can hold that much weight.
And it's all bullshit, though. It's all sugary. It's barely. I mean, there's liquor in it, but you know what? When it's really worth it, if you are trying to get tuned up and you want some kind of novelty drink, the only time I found that it's worth it is at Hibachi, where you get it's like the king's cock ring cocktail, and it's like a bowl. It's on fire in the middle.
Oh yeah, people come out with sparklers to give it to you.
It's a scorpion bowl. They're
like clapping. But here's the thing, because you have a double because those people don't, and I know what you're talking about, Chris, and you are so fucking right. They don't know. There's two things they don't know. One, how to make the fucking drink properly, and how much alcohol is supposed to go in there, and English are three things: English and the laws of this country. Like they're like they give you way more alcohol than is legal. You go to Hibachi, you're like, where's the bathroom? And then you're like, we're home already. Like, what? You're like, I'm hammered. Wow.
Now, I know this is hack to say, but how do you feel about when you get like an American hibachi chef?
Oh,
I'm leaving.
I'm goodbye. Well, how about when I remember one time I was like over pronouncing everything because usually the chef comes out. He doesn't speak a lick of English. They send like the one person that works there that does speak English to get your orders, right? Great. I would do the same thing. That's how you got to flow this. Plus, we want the non-English speaking guy that authentically makes the cuisine. So then the other guy comes out, he'll be like, oh, how do you want that cooked? And that's like the only speaking of English you're going to get out of him.
Right. And the cook's name's always an adjective. It's like, hello, my name is Happy. It's like, okay.
Yeah. I went to somewhere one time and they were like, the guy came out and he just started pointing at people to get the temperatures on their steaks. And like, he came around to me and I was like, medium well, no mushrooms. The guy was like, yeah, no problem. What the fuck is going on here?
He's like, I'm not
I was
deaf,
like, oh,
dude.
Shit. Yeah, I was like, oh, God damn. How startled are you when they just speak
like,
better
okay,
English
bro,
than you?
No problem.
Yeah. I should have known because he was black. So maybe he's not Japanese, but no, just kidding.
He's Blasian.
You want a water?
No, he was actually like Spanish, and he made himself really look very Asian, man. I was like,
they do that, right? Like that's not fooling anyone that they're trying to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it appropriating the culture if you work there?
I think the whole building is.
Yeah.
So why stop there?
Well, they have a caveat to all that where, like, if you're an actor, you're allowed to. There's a term for that. You're allowed to like appropriate, I guess, because it's for a role for a specific reason and it's not to just ridicule people. And that would apply there, I think.
If I went there and there was a guy that looked like us doing the volcano, I'd be like, I don't even want to be here anymore. This is ridiculous.
Like you're getting a watered down version of the experience.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. How about when you have a birthday in there? How about that scene? There's fucking fireworks indoors. They come up, they're like rubbing your body down. You're like, Jesus Christ, this is not okay. Can you not touch me? And why are you touching me? And that sparkler has just lit my hair on fire. You know how much product is in here? It's not safe.
Sneezy, can you just make the goddamn tempura, please? They're the same names as the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah. Can we bring Dopey back out? I mean,
can I get a new waiter? Grumpy is giving me a hard time.
Yeah, Grumpy should not be the host.
You ever?
Just a thought.
I had a big family, so this happened rarely. But once I grew up and started going to hibachi, with a date or whatever, you get sat with strangers. Like that's kind of the fun part.
Yeah,
right. Mm-hmm. So sure. I when I was a kid, we would go for our birthdays, and we would have our whole family would fill up a table. So this was new to me. Like we were always the dominant force at the table, and if like somebody didn't come, there'd be a couple or something at the end. But it was really our party, and they were just kind of along for the ride.
Yeah.
But if you're on the other side of that, it's you learn so much about the way someone enjoys hibachi. Like when the sake comes around, and you have like the one guy like you're like 37, 38, 39, like you're counting how many seconds he's taking.
You're fucking drowning. They're sake boarding you.
4 people at the table can't even count that high.
Or they're flinging the zucchini in everybody's mouth, and then there's that like one person that's like staunchly against it, and it just hits them in the face, and they keep moving. A fucking cube of zucchini. It's just
when you see someone like when you see someone be nervous about catching the rice balls or whatever, and you could tell they're just not coordinated, and they go for it. Like they're like,
yeah. Yeah, like it's for the fucking Super Bowl victory in the end zone.
Looks like Jaws.
I've seen him go clean off the chair. Clean off the chair. And it's like, first of all, that's already a mistake. How's the hibachi chef this inaccurate that you need to dive like a fucking off a chair to get to it? And secondly, why are you so committed? If they miss with one, I just let it go, right? You don't even react.
He's
going to throw 6 more at you. Yeah, he's got about 40 of them there. Like, he's going to keep flinging them at your face.
The
like,
onus is on him, not me.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You do this every day, guy. Do I catch food in my mouth like I'm fucking Flipper? No.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't. And enough with everybody getting scared at the fucking onion volcano. We know what's coming. You see him pouring lighter fluid sake in there for 74 minutes. What did you think was going to happen? Watch Chris light a grill. You'll figure it out real fast.
Yeah. Last time I went to hibachi, I felt very rushed. Like they brought to-go boxes the second the chef walked away. You ever have that happen?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is $60 a plate, lady. I'm this is at least 2 hours.
Yeah. They're like, can I take your order? And they hand you a box.
Well, they know you can't finish the 78 fucking plates they just fucking get. It's nonstop. Yeah. So they're like, just give them boxes immediately. They're not finishing. There's not a chance. You know, it's like one of those things. If you finish, your shit's free, like 80-ounce steak, you know, they know you can't finish a hibachi meal. So they just offer it free.
There's nothing but grizzle and fat on that plate.
Exactly.
We got a submission. Speaking of food and preparing food,
as many of you guys,
I'm trying to find the video that I think did Tim send us this, Bill, the bathroom chef?
Yes, he did. Yep, he sent it. It was a hotel bathroom chef. Look,
I don't even know how to interpret that statement.
You'll see in a second, but
I have been over the course of my lifetime somebody who could watch a lot of gross shit, and I'm okay. I know lately I've had some tough things like Miss Meat Lover, tough.
Very tough.
Sucking on it.
But this bathroom chef is one of the grossest things I've ever seen in my life.
This is worse than Meat Lover?
All right.
Actually, yeah.
So thank you, Tim, for sending this to us. You may have seen this in your algorithm and scrolled right past it. We do not blame you, but this is an Instagram called Barfly7777.
More like Barfly.
Yeah, I saw a barf.
All right, you're gonna have to pick one because there's a lot to choose from. We don't have much time left. So from these thumbnails, we have.
I would say if you really want to get the essence of it, where there's a toilet actually visible in the picture, pick that one.
All right, let's go with what is this? Oh, shit pea linguine. Okay, instead of split pea. Got it. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna turn the music off. Okay, so he's sous videing it in the bathroom sink.
Yep.
Oh. Broccoli and carrots being washed in the tub where his foot is. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. So he's like,
oh my God.
Cooking the food in the sink. This is a hotel. It's not even his sink. He drops chicken bouillon into the sink. Here comes the pasta.
Oh, please just drop that fucking thing in the bathtub while you're standing in it. Oh, God. Mo's going to throw up.
Come on. Come on.
Jesus. Look at this. Oh.
I almost threw up. I'm not kidding. I got the chills from my stomach up to my shoulders.
You think that guy's getting laid after this?
How about ever?
Can we do something without meat? I don't know if he does something without meat, but
does he look like a guy that makes vegetarian dishes to you?
How about the steak him with an iron? At least steak him's not super red.
Let's see. I was gonna say this. I got to see first because
this is one of Mo's favorite pizzas.
I've made Stouffer's very good. I've made a grilled cheese with an iron, a la Mr. Mom.
Hang on. He put seasoning in the iron. He put seasoning in the iron. I can't go back because it's.
I'm not saying this guy isn't a genius. Okay, I'm just saying it's gross.
All right. First of all,
yeah,
he's served time in prison. obviously. Where do you think you learned this stuff? You know, prison, they can be like, oh, well, I just drain all the water out of the toilet, and then I
Make hooch out of it.
take a leg off the bed.
Jesus.
And,
I almost
son of
lost
a
it right there.
bitch. Come on.
Look, he's got Bush Light in the sink as well.
Just fucking stop using your hands so much.
I know. It's the hands thing that's driving me crazy.
I mean, that's the least of his fucking problems. What's the matter with you two?
Back to the bartending thing. Even when I get grossed out when people open beer bottles with their hands now. Maybe it was COVID. Maybe.
Well, sure.
Oh, really?
No, I never wanted anybody touching anything.
No
Why
shit.
would you?
Or when they grab
hands
shot
are this-
glasses, like, you know, with their fingers in it. You ever see that? As a bartender, like they pour,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You'd be fired if I worked there.
I
You'd be
agree.
fired in 10 seconds. Yeah,
But this
no
guy's taking
way.
it to a whole new level.
Or you ever
They
see
used to-
when you order a drink and the bartender stirs it with his penis? That always grosses me out.
I'm gonna come.
I don't know what it is about it. I can't pinpoint it exactly, but I'm not into it.
I'll come back
There
to
it
that
is.
place. You know what I mean?
What is?
Does he
Oh
have
God,
a
damn it.
penis?
Okay, no, you don't really want to know what that was, Mo. Okay, I'm not even going to say it because people will. I mean, we're at the end of the episode anyway, but Barfly 7777. If you want to, that was
Look,
awful. You wish it was a
Barfly.
penis because I read what it was. You wish it was
Yeah,
a
look.
penis.
Man, Miss Meat Lover is just really went up like 10 notches.
These two are gonna bang and have offspring.
Oh my god!
They probably already, if she can get into prison,
I
that guy,
never want to stay at a hotel again now after watching that.
it might
Sorry, thanks, Tim.
affect.
Yeah,
Thanks a
thanks,
lot.
Tim. I'm dry heaving.
Oh,
All right, we might have to just take a break from now. For now, before we go to Patreon, because I have to like drink ginger ale or something.
I'm hungry.
yeah. Some Pedialyte.
It was a
Did I
bunny,
tell you not
by
to?
the way. That was a bunny rabbit that he was about to cook in the hotel.
Okay.
So there you
It
go.
wasn't
That was
a
a
penis.
fucking
It
rabbit.
was a rabbit.
You know, I mean, what the fuck year is it anyway? Why are people still doing this shit? Like, go to the store, buy something if you want. Get the fuck. So he skinned a fucking rabbit
Yeah.
like a hunter. If you've skinned an animal, just save yourself the trouble and don't talk to me. Like, you're fucking like a horror movie fucking character now. What was the one, the lampshade, that's human skin or some shit? Texas Chainsaw Massacre, maybe?
I think you mean
Hannibal.
Nazis.
or Nazis, yes. It's a fucking rabbit. Fuck
I
that
can't
guy.
believe of all chefs, Anthony Bourdain killed himself, but this guy's still around.
Yeah, maybe if Bourdain had figured out what you can do in a hotel room, he'd have been like, you know what, I need to hang around a little while longer.
Yeah, maybe he's like, I have a whole new angle.
Yeah, I got a whole new meaning here. Wow.
I'm terrified I'm going to check into a room that this guy has performed in. I know hotels aren't for, praying. Obviously horrible shit has happened in the rooms that I've stayed in, but
Yeah,
oof.
You mean Preying? Because I believe so.
I believe so also in that sense, yes.
Praying.
You ever see on the news when they like take a black light into a hotel room and they're
Oh,
like, let's
God.
see how clean this place is. And you're like,
Hey, I know what I'm doing in a hotel room. Okay, so
Yeah.
like I can't really blame anybody else for not,
Yeah.
using their dick as a fire hose and just draining it all over the place.
well, that's why when they pull out the black light, I'm like, you don't need the black light.
Just
I
turn on
already
the
know
light.
what this is.
Just turn on the regular light.
Yeah, if I
I
can't
know what
tell
this is.
the difference between the comforter or the ironing board, it's probably not good shit going on in here.
Comforter, CUMFORT.
I was just going to say, I'm
gonna
making it a comforter. And then they're going to be like, get a black light in here? Like, wow, somebody painted the map of Hawaii everywhere in here in black light, invisible paint.
Oh, and
Yes,
this now
they
that
did.
it's like chicken or egg with this situation with this guy cooking? Because like, is he cooking on jizz? He's cooking on jizz.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking somebody jerked off in that sink yesterday. Okay? You're sitting here making
It's my preferred spot.
fucking bunny stew and shit. Fucking
Honey stew in the jizz sink.
in a jizz sink from fucking Elmer Fudd.
Speaking of, when we were heading over to Patreon, did the that lady write us back, Chris? What do you
Oh
think?
yes, we did
She
get
did.
we did get a response from the Jizz artist. So
Nice.
Oh, shut the fuck
we'll
up.
check that out.
Jizzy Clay.
I'm excited now.
We have a new Christian banger coming up.
God is doing a new thing.
I want to tell you guys about this incredible.
Speaking of praying, sorry.
I want to tell you guys about this incredible show I found on HBO Max.
Sopranos?
Not Sopranos.
6 feet under?
6 inches
Oz.
under probably is a better tagline for this show.
Oh, okay.
It's called Naked Attraction.
I'd rather watch that.
It's called Naked
Okay.
Attraction.
right.
We have a submission for Mo's background. We have somebody who has an idea to change Mo's green screen background
Oh, sweet.
to a picture.
Sure, that'll be clean.
Got to catch up on our bets and a lot more over on Patreon. So patreon.com/The Gill Lane Show. Check it out. And yeah, we'll see you there this Thursday. Anything else, guys?
You may not know it, but we love you all. Bill?
I was just going to say 143.